Hey everybody, Fifth Horseman here, playing more Kerbal Space Program, and we have a crazy way to get Francois to Jool. This is the least efficient transfer I've ever done. It is $4 grand just to get out of Eve, and then it's another 400 or so, 330 to align, and it is sending us it is sending us straight out this way. Oh, I'm sorry, yeah, it's sending us straight out this way. We're curving around, instead of going all the way around, we're just doing a quarter turn here. This maneuver here is going to align us with Jool, which if you look in here, it's going to get Francois, basically a collision, and then we can fiddle to get an encounter with Tylo or Lathe in order to gravity assist ourselves in. And if we're coming in too fast, we can also aerobrake. We can go to the old school aerobraking and give that a shot. But his ultimate goal is Bop. Tell me that's not Gilly's twin. And Francois is going to find out if he can figure out why these two planets are twins. And it looks like Bop has a nice little thing on the North Pole. We might check that out too while we're at it. Okay, anyway, that's not the next thing to happen. It is in 159 days. And the next thing to happen is the Jool Knarr is heading out to Jool, and after that, the Duna resupply vessel is heading out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to construct the Duna vessel, and then we are going to send the Knarr out to Jool, because we have nothing else to do. Okay, we're back. It's been several days since I played. I don't actually remember what I had told you at the end of the last or the end of my last play, but I know that I had started the game. So we are... We're in orbit around Minmus, and we just built what is going to be the Ike Extraplanetary Launchpad Base. It's pretty simple. It's got a drill. It's got all the stuff it needs to convert stuff and also make things. It's also, one of these seats has a... And I honestly don't know how you open the inventory of this stuff. I think, do you hop somebody out? Let's try this. Let's actually experiment this. This is new with Kerbal inventory system. If he can open inventory. These are things I probably should have learned before I started playing, but hey. Open this guy's inventory. Yes, he has this thing. So we have one survey stake. I was having some issues with the Kerbal inventory system and building these things, and so I was getting a little worried, but I was able to get a survey stake into this thing. So when they land, they can plop a survey stake down and build anything they want, and then they're good from there. So this is a self-starting little base. So we have a maneuver node in 29 days that is going to get us a moon encounter, which is probably not the best. So let's tweak that a little bit here. There we go. It is though going to get us a moon. I don't know what word you want to put on there. A moon, an orbit that's very close to the moons. That also has a periapsis right here. So that in roughly 100 days, when our Jool window opens and Kerbin is around here, we can burn at this periapsis and get an ejection to Jool for very little fuel. Jool for very little fuel. So all we have to do is avoid any moon encounters along the way. So we have nothing to do for 29 days, so I will see you then. Okay, and we are 2 minutes from the burn, and I realized something. We are we're aiming at the wrong planet. we're not going to Jool. We're going to Duna, and that's 99 days from now, or 65 days, 30-some days after, or 20, whatever it is, I don't know, 35 days, after our Jool window, which is going to put this guy actually not on a perfect orbit. However, we're going to go with it anyway, because we're Kerbals, and that's what we do. Let's see if Kerbal Engineer does it, and that'll save me from having to do the work. And anything that saves me from having to do work makes me happy. We're going to turn off aim at maneuver node, and now. And we're going to... Whoa, that's loud. Holy cow, that's loud. This is not a perfectly prograde burn. There's a little bit of normal in it to get our alignment with moon set correctly. That should do it. Let's see what we got as far as our orbit is concerned. That looks really good. We are 1 degree or 1/10 of a degree off of Moon. Now all we have to do is plan our ejection to Duna. And what we're going to do here is, I'm going to show you this one, even though I didn't show you the last one. We're going to burn out just a bit. And you notice that this is completely wrong. But it's completely wrong because it is 65 days early, or 99 days early. And so it's 18-day orbit, give or take, on this thing. So we need to go forward about 5 orbits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The beauty here is that we have yet to have an encounter with Moon. Let's go another 1 orbit. Let's see. The Ike ELP Base, 158 days. That's too many. Let's go minus an orbit. 132 days. 107 days. We're definitely in the zone here for this. So either 82 days or 99 days. I'm actually going to go for the earlier one, because if we're going to miss the window, we might as well miss it by less and then get our more burning here. So let's go ahead and set Duna as a target. Let's burn up so that we encounter it. And there we go. That's really close. That's even closer. Wow, we basically have it here. We need to change our... See, our ascending and descending nodes are 0.1 degree off, which is awesome. Okay, we're going to leave it at this. It really doesn't matter anyway. We're not going to hit this burn exactly. But this burn is in 82 days, which is actually after the Kerbin to Jool window. So we actually have to take care of the Jool Knarr. So we are actually going to jump to the Jool Knarr now. Okay, you guys need a maneuver. Basically, you want to do the same thing you were doing. You want the same thing that the other ship did. So maybe we should just do this burn right now to get you out of here. Basically, follow the other ship, and I'll show you how I set this maneuver node up. It actually isn't a very good burn, to be honest. It should be more like this. I don't know what I was thinking. But anyway, here's this burn. And we also need some normal to counteract the fact that we're not doing this. I set Moon as my target, and then I could check this. That is far too much of a burn. We're going retrograde there. Let's let's fix that by doing this. Now 6.7 degrees. That's much better. But we don't want... There we go. Now we're at negative 1.5. I think we need to do it more like... Get these guys a little bit closer to the center here. Negative 0.2. Yeah, I think that's probably the best we're going to get, but that's fine. And our periapsis is way too low, so let's not do like that. Let's be smart about this. Actually get a periapsis above the atmosphere here. 202, that works for me. What's our descending node? It's now garbage, so let's fix that. 0.2, that's perfectly fine. Okay, so we're going to do this burn with him. It is in 15 minutes. It's going to be a very, very short burn. We don't have the ability to aim at a maneuver node on this ship because we don't have any good pilots or anything. I'm not sure who the main pilot is. Also, the ship has a very poor turning circle, but I think I brought RCS for just that purpose. Maybe not, though. Oh, yeah, I did. Oh, that's right. I'm bringing this thing with me. I forgot about that. Okay, we are mere seconds away from the burn. We are aimed as well with the maneuver node as we can be. 3, 2, 1, and go. And this guy is thrust limited, but you know what? I'm going to go with it because he's also off-center. Why can't I turn him? This burn is turning into garbage. That was terrible. That was terrible and horrible. Let's delete this maneuver node and see what we ended up with here. Yeah, we're going to have to fix that on our next orbit. Where's What is our periapsis? Do we have a kill you periapsis? We do. So we need to burn retrograde a little bit. That was just horrific. Is this thing seriously offsetter enough to screw that up? Let's go ahead and thrust limit this guy all the way up. Looks like the Jool Knarr is going to have a little bit more storied adventure than the Ike Extraplanetary Launchpad Base. That's for sure. Okay. So we're going to... Doesn't really matter when we burn here. We're just going to get our periapsis up to about 200 like it was before. There we go. Now, when we get here, which is in 2 days, we are going to have to burn down to fix this. That should do it. Okay, there we go. Okay, and this is a tiny little burn, and it really doesn't matter when I make it now. It's 2.2 meters per second. I'm just tapping the gas, and it's done. And if we go back to Moon as our target, we are at 0.0 inclination, which is exactly what we want. Okay, now, here's the deal. Actually, wait, I need to set up his maneuver node, don't I? We need to not only do this burn at the right amount, we also need to do it at the right time. And that right time is in 63 days, which is probably here-ish, I'm guessing. Yeah, which means we actually want to be doing something like this. Actually, wait, we can actually figure it out like this. If we plus orbit until we get the Kerbin Jool window, 63 days. Looks like 50... What did I say? Oops. 59 days is pretty close to 63. So now if we eject like this, in the right direction, which might be tough to figure, and at the right amount, which is going to be 100, so let's just go ahead and do that. Set Jool as our target. It's going to be something along those lines. Looks like we actually have to burn up a little bit, but that's not a big deal. This will get us there in 3 years, which is fine. It's a Jool transfer. What do you want? And it actually looks pretty looks pretty accurate. We're not quite at periapsis, but we're getting the most out of the old Earth effect that we can. It's only a minute-long burn, so that's not going to be a big deal. So now we don't care about the Kerbin Jool window. We don't care about the Kerbin Duna window. All we care about is these guys' ejection burns. Now, here's the thing. I'm not 100% sure that these guys aren't going to have an encounter with Moon. So I'm hitting F5 here. Because obviously, if this was real life, you wouldn't be fast-forwarding 59 days. You would be constantly watching how things go, and you would actually plan ahead and things like that. So, if I see a Dune or a Moon encounter, or even a Minmus encounter, which both are Minmus encounters pretty unlikely. But if I see a Moon encounter, I am going to stop time warp, and if I can't stop time warp, I'm going to restore from backup. So here we go. This already looks like we might get a Moon encounter. We didn't. That's a good sign. But now he has a Moon encounter. This is why we make sure that we don't get Moon encounters. Okay, so in order to fix this, we need to jump to the Ike ELP Base. And probably at our apoapsis, we already have a maneuver node planned as the problem. So I think we are going to have to delete that maneuver node, which really sucks. Let's keep it and see if we can just fix it when the time comes. But we can't actually create a maneuver node anywhere on the orbit here, which is so freaking annoying. Can we create it here? It's letting me create it here. And then we'll go back in time. Okay, that's at our apoapsis. Now if we just slow down a little bit, that's too much. If we speed up a little bit, then the problem is maneuver node 2 is no longer where we want it to be. So we're going to have to delete maneuver node 2. This is the burn we need to make to not encounter Moon, which sucks. We could encounter Moon and then just kind of use it to give us a higher periapsis. And I think that's a good idea, actually. Yeah, that way we're not wasting the fuel. And it's only 34 meters per second, so it's not a big deal. Let's go ahead and take care of this now. And I just realized there's a really good reason to leave those transfer windows up because obviously we're going to be needing them. So I'm going to add the transfer windows. I'm going to do this burn, and then we're going to continue on our merry way. Okay, we are a day, about 2 days away from the Jool Knarr escape burn. You'll see that the burn is actually pretty much along the orbit, which is awesome. You will also see that it gets us an encounter with Jool, which is also awesome. And I'm concerned about this burn because of the fact that we were so off-center. And I don't know why, because this thing had a perfect center of mass in the VAB, at least I think it did. But the time to our burn, it looks like it's going to be about a minute-long burn because we're 2.5 minutes away, according to Kerbin Engineer. Thank you, whoever suggested that, by the way. That is awesome. Here, I'm going to hit the engines now. Yeah, see, that is not good at all. Yeah, with RCS on, I didn't even have that on. With RCS on, I can keep it aimed roughly at the right place. So we're just going to burn through all the RCS on this guy, I guess. Where's the RCS? Yeah, we'll make it through the burn. That's the important thing. Oh my god. This thing is crazy. Okay, I'm going to hit the X key now because this is getting kind of crazy. Okay. Whew. Let's get ourselves aimed a little bit closer to that maneuver node. We're going to try to fix this. I mean, we're very close to what we want. We're right here, and the maneuver node is right there. But still, there we go. We have an encounter. That's all I care about. That's all I care about. I'm going to delete the maneuver node, and we are going to fix you out in interplanetary space somewhere where we can do things very slow. It's actually not bad, really, when it comes down to it. If we just burn south a teeny tiny little bit, that will get us in the plane, and then we can fix our. Actually, well, we can bring it out. I want to bring it out to the Jool Knarr is bringing people into the inner system, and I don't know where we're going to be landing. Probably Vol because it's smaller and it is what's the word? Doesn't have an atmosphere. But I think we're going to try to use Tylo. There's our encounter with Tylo. If we fiddle with this by going very, very small amounts, if we get in close to Tylo and have him throw us back. See, this is where exactitude matters. For the fun of it, let's get on the other side and see what happens. Aha! There we go. There we go. We come in, we swing by Tylo, which pushes us out this way, and then actually gives us a lathe encounter, which puts us into a nice orbit. This is awesome. This is exactly what we want to do. And look at that. We have aim at maneuver node now. Why didn't we have that before? That would have been really handy to have had. We also want to control from here. I put this on here specifically so we could control from it and then not worry about the wobble. So that would have been handy during that big long burn. But we took care of it. We have a nice encounter with Tylo. I was just doing it wrong here. You come in on the inside, it flings you out a little bit, and it uses your velocity that was going forward to come out this way and then around this way. That's what you want. So you are done. We don't need Jool Knarr's leaving in a day, so let's go ahead and watch you leave Kerbin's sphere of influence. So pretty. Bye-bye, Moon. Screwing up all our plans. There's Minmus way off in the distance over there. Moon is very far out of the way, which is awesome. And then you are actually in Kerbin's shadow, which is kind of hilarious. But in... oh, wait, these are really loud engines, so I need to back up a little bit. Yeah, I turned the sound down. I've already edited the first half of this thing. I turned the sound down on the main thing, so it doesn't sound quite so bad to you, but holy cow, in my ears, that thing was just monstrous. There it is. Okay, and then we're going to zoom in on Duna here. And then we're going to burn very slowly until we get actually under it like we like. At the halfway point, we want to burn north to get us a nice tight Duna encounter. Yeah, the tightest we can come in on Ike and not crash isn't quite giving us what we need. Actually, I want to bring it in like this, and then we'll come in nice and equatorial. This base is going to be around Ike, but we're going to aero brake to save some fuel. Even though I don't think we need to worry about it. We've only got $1,000 in the tank, so yeah, we do have to worry about it. Okay, so we've got the Eve to Jool window is next, and Francois' flyer. So let's go ahead and jump to him, and then we're going to end this episode off with this third ejection burn. Okay, Francois, you also aim at your maneuver node, and you're surprisingly close to Gilly. You're saying goodbye to your friends here. I hope Gilly doesn't screw up your orbit. That would be hilarious if an accidental encounter with Gilly screwed up your orbit. After how hard it is to get to Gilly. Okay, this thing says that we're going to have to burn in 3 minutes, 2 minutes, 1 minute. I'm going to actually slow down. Time to node burn is going up. We're hitting the gas. Obviously, this is a longer burn than I was expecting, but it is a pretty big ship. We don't want to delete this maneuver node alarm, although yeah, we do. This is a 5-minute burn. This is a long burn. Wow. Oh, now that right there is a shot. That's going to be the screenshot. How can you not make that the screenshot? Okay, well, we've got a lot of fuel to burn, and I will be back. You know what? Let's hit F5. I love that you can hit F5 during a burn. And then let's try to speed up physics warp. Our electric charge is not going down, so this looks pretty good. Okay, we are about to run out of fuel in this first stage, and I'm going to let this thing sit because I don't want to decouple this thing and then have it sitting on the front and possibly causing some issues when it falls to the side. So we're just going to drag at the last 1,000 meters per second here. And then we're going to pop it off and let it fly into interplanetary space. We might even carry it all the way with us and set it up so it burns up in Jool's atmosphere, just for bonus points. But we only got 500 meters per second left, so we're getting pretty close to being done. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut us out here, just so you end on something fun here. And this is actually wait, hit X. So I hope you enjoyed watching this. I definitely enjoyed making it for you. I am Fifth Horseman, and I will, as always, talk at you later.